Alright, hello everybody. So I wanted to do a card reading for the upcoming week of July 15th to July 21st. And on Tuesday, the 16th, we have a full moon. So energies have been kind of wonky because Mercury is retrograde. And we have this waxing moon energy. So Mercury retrograde is kind of telling us to slow down and to really focus on self-care and to evaluate our current situations, to clear out the clutter, things like that. But then we've got this waxing moon energy the last week and a half, and that energy is about taking steps towards making your dream, your goal manifest, right? Okay, so we've got, the moon is keep moving forward, and Mercury's slow down, so you got this conflicting energy the last week or so. And so I think what we can take from that is, trying to find this balance between the two. Maybe instead of pushing forward really hard, you just are taking very small baby steps. So maybe decluttering, your environment, like cleaning out closets, things like that. So because then after the full moon we go back into this waning moon energy, which again is this energy of slowing down, so it kind of matches up with the Mercury retrograde. The full moon is a time for self-reflection, and it can be a time for fulfillment. It's a good time to set new intentions. It's a good time to look back at old intentions and reevaluate, so that during the waning moon you can reorganize your thoughts, reorganize your strategy, work on some self-care, and then once the new moon comes you can set that intention, reiterate your intention, reaffirm your intention, and then the waxing moon, again, is that time to take steps moving forward. But the Mercury retrograde is going to be retrograde until about July 31st, and then it finally goes direct, but then we kind of have this post-shadow phase. So just be aware that energies are intense right now. Energies are a little conflicting, so just try to take some time to kind of, slow down and make sure you're getting yourself grounded, smudging your environment, smudging yourself, holding your crystals to help you stay grounded, calling your spirit team for help, journal. So, and then the cool thing about the full moon this month is that Saturn and Jupiter are going to be visible Tuesday night. So to the right of the full moon you'll be able to see Saturn and Jupiter. And the full moon is in Capricorn, which represents family, past events, taking responsibility. So Saturn is also ruled by Capricorn, and so that's another reaffirms the energy of Capricorn's energy of taking responsibility, evaluating your situation, and making sure that you're taking responsibility for the things in your life that you need to take responsibility for. Saturn is also a planet that has an energy that can kind of constrict us, where Jupiter has an energy of expanding us. Jupiter is the biggest planet of the solar system. So again, another kind of conflicting energy, right? This constricting and expanding. What are we doing? So kind of finding this happy medium. So kind of, again, taking smaller steps towards this expansion instead of really full force like the Jupiter energy would be, just kind of going at it more slowly, more steadily. But Saturn's restrictions is really there to help bring order to the world, order to your environment, to help you, and then Jupiter is helping you seek insight through knowledge and allowing for possibilities. So then I did, my cards, and I pulled 4 cards for the week, and I pulled a different card. I pulled 4 different cards from 4 different decks. Okay, so the first card we got is Come to the Edge. This card. This card is a card of protection, or came in the position of protection, and it says that fear is leading the way, and fear is false evidence appearing real. So we have to evaluate what we're fearing. Why are we fearing that? Get to the bottom of why you are having this fear right now. This is the dominant energy, so it's important to get to the bottom of why you're having this fear so that you can continue to move forward, because more than likely the fear is unnecessary, because Spirit really has your back. Spirit really wants what's best for you. Spirit wants to help you co-create your best life, and just ask Spirit to surround you with their divine love and divine light and divine protection and divine guidance, and just know that Spirit will always catch you if you fall. Spirit always has your back. So then what else do we need to know about this week? This is Messenger of Fire. And this card talks about having determination for a new adventure. So some affirmations for this would be, I have an unstoppable spirit and a can-do attitude. Wisdom rises up within me as Spirit is here guiding me. And I stay true to myself and my vision of my dreams and goals. So the first card is the dominant energy, but then the second card is like what else we need to know. So it's saying, recognize that fear, acknowledge that fear, and then let that fear go. Come into your courage, come into your power. And then Messenger of Fire says, stick to your determination, stick to your abilities, stick to believing in yourself, knowing that you're capable. You have everything that you need to manifest your goals. That you've got this. Spirit says you've got this. So then our action card for the week came up as Bat Spirit. Bat Spirit is about, it says a rebirth is assured. So, this totally makes sense with the 2 previous cards, right? Figure out your fear, let it go, feel determined, move ahead, and know that a rebirth is coming. So your action is to allow for this rebirth, to allow for it to happen. Let that fear go, allow for this rebirth to happen, because even though it seems scary, even though it seems like you're losing something, really what's happening is you're creating something better. Something better is in the works to help move you forward in a more positive way, into a more positive situation. So then the last card I got was Six of Cups. And the first thing I heard with this card and saw is happiness. So if we do all these things this week, we can end with happiness. This happiness can be brought on by taking the steps necessary from these first three cards. It can also come from someone coming back into our life from the past that brings us a positive interaction, positive experiences. It can bring up an experience from the past that was emotional, because this is the card of cups, the water, which represents our emotions. So it can represent something emotional that we dealt with, and it's resurfacing, but it's going to resurface and help us bring joy and happiness. Really, I think the card is happiness. I think the card is happiness. I think that we are going to take this fear, transmute it into our courage. We are going to step into our power, be determined. We are going to allow for this rebirth, and we are going to find happiness and fulfillment. And that really all comes together with the full moon being this week, the fact that we're in the sign of Cancer, the full moon is in Capricorn, we've got the Jupiter and Saturn energy shining down on us, and the Mercury retrograde. So we're going to slow down, take things in stride, move past our fear, have self-determination, rebirth, and happiness. Sounds like a great week. Use this knowledge and wisdom to your advantage so that you can have the best week ever, and have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And thanks for being here with me. Bye!